Words case lesson number 2. Arbitrary. Arbitrary is an adjective that means based on personal choice, preference, or whim rather than on any logical reason, rule, or system, random or done without careful thought. Sample sentence: the director's arbitrary rules made the workplace stressful, since no one knew what would be allowed from one day to the next. Exposition. Exposition is a noun which means a clear and detailed explanation of an idea, topic, or situation. In literature, it also refers to the part of a story that introduces background information, such as characters and setting. Sample sentence: the professor's exposition of the complex theory was so clear that even beginners could easily understand it. Perfunctory. Perfunctory is an adjective describing something done quickly and without much attention to detail or interest. It is superficial or routine. Sample sentence: the director gave a perfunctory review of the project proposal, signing off without asking any questions or providing feedback. Expectorate. Expectorate is a verb that means to cough out mucus, phlegm, or spit from the throat or lungs. Sample sentence: the doctor asked the patient to expectorate into the cup so they could examine the mucus for infection. Acerbic. Acerbic is an adjective describing something sharp, bitter, or harsh in tone, taste, or manner. It's often used to describe speech or writing that is cutting or sarcastic. Sample sentence: the critic's acerbic review of the play left the actors feeling demoralized. Apathy. Apathy. A noun that refers to lack of interest, enthusiasm, or concern. It describes a state where someone feels indifferent and doesn't care about things that normally might matter. Sample sentence: the students' apathy toward the upcoming election worried the teachers, who hoped they would participate in the process. Inception. Inception. A noun that means the beginning, start, or initial stage of something, especially a project, idea, or organization. Sample sentence: since the company's inception, it has grown from a small startup into a nationwide brand. Somnolent. Somnolent. An adjective that describes being sleepy, drowsy, or causing someone to feel sleepy. It can also refer to something that makes you feel sluggish or ready to fall asleep. Sample sentence: the somnolent student struggled to stay awake during the long afternoon lecture. Obsequious. Obsequious. An adjective that describes being excessively obedient, overly eager to please, or flattering in a way that seems insincere. Sample sentence: the student's obsequious behavior toward the professor, constantly praising every comment, annoyed the rest of the class. Asinine. Asinine. An adjective that describes being extremely foolish, silly, or stupid. It describes behavior or ideas that lack sense or judgment. Sample sentence: it was utterly asinine of him to ignore the weather warnings and go hiking during the storm, putting himself and his friends in serious danger. Bloviate. Bloviate. A verb that means to speak at length in a pompous, boastful, or empty way, often talking a lot without saying anything meaningful. Sample sentence: the politician continued to bloviate for over an hour, repeating the same points without offering any real solutions. Thwart. Thwart. A verb that means to prevent someone from accomplishing something or to block a plan or effort. Sample sentence: teachers always thwart any attempts by students to cheat on the exams by carefully monitoring the classroom. Amorphous. Amorphous. An adjective that describes being without a clear shape, form, or structure, vague or ill-defined. Sample sentence: the startup had an amorphous business plan, making it difficult for investors to understand its goals and strategy. Strident. Strident. An adjective that refers to loud, harsh or grating sounds, forceful or excessively assertive in tone. It can describe voices, sounds, or even opinions. Sample sentence: her strident alarm woke everyone in the house at 5 a.m. Grandiose. Grandiose. An adjective that describes being impressive or ambitious in a way that is exaggerated, overblown, or unrealistic. Sample sentence: the CEO unveiled a grandiose plan to expand the company worldwide within a year, though many employees doubted it was achievable. Anodyne. Anodyne. As a noun, it refers to a thing that soothes or comforts. As an adjective, it describes being inoffensive or unlikely to provoke disagreement or strong emotions. Sample sentences: as a noun, the warm cup of tea served as an anodyne after her stressful day. As an adjective, his speech was carefully anodyne, avoiding any controversial topics. Eschew. Eschew. A verb that means to deliberately avoid or abstain from something, usually because it is considered improper, harmful, or undesirable. Sample sentence: the student decided to eschew distractions like social media and video games to focus fully on preparing for the final exams. Prolific. Prolific. An adjective that means producing a large amount of something, especially work, ideas, or offspring, highly productive. Sample sentence: the author was incredibly prolific, publishing 3 novels and several short stories every year. Emblazon. Emblazon. A verb that means to decorate, display, or inscribe something in a noticeable, eye-catching, or conspicuous way. It can also mean to celebrate or proclaim something publicly. Sample sentence: the company logos emblazon the banners at every trade show, drawing the attention of all attendees. Crass. Crass. An adjective that describes lacking sensitivity, refinement, or intelligence, coarse, rude, or unrefined. Sample sentence: his crass remarks during the meeting offended several colleagues, who felt he was being insensitive to their concerns. Impetus. Impetus. A noun that means a force or influence that makes something happen or encourages progress, a driving force or motivation. Sample sentence: the teacher's inspiring words gave the students the impetus to work harder on their science projects. Gestalt. Gestalt. A noun that means something that is perceived as a whole rather than just the sum of its parts. It is often used in psychology to describe how people tend to perceive patterns, objects, or experiences as unified wholes. Sample sentence: when analyzing the scandal, the auditor focused on the gestalt of corruption within the organization, rather than just individual acts of misconduct. Ingenuity. Ingenuity. A noun that means the quality of being clever, inventive, or resourceful, especially in solving problems or creating things. Sample sentence: the engineer's ingenuity helped design a cost-effective solution that improved the efficiency of the factory. Raconteur. Raconteur. A noun that means a person who tells stories or anecdotes in an entertaining and skillful way. Sample sentence: he is a gifted raconteur, able to captivate audiences with amusing and engaging tales from his travels. Propensity. Propensity. A noun that means a natural tendency or inclination to behave in a certain way. Sample sentence: her propensity for helping others was evident in the way she volunteered at local shelters, tutored struggling students, and always went out of her way to support friends in need.
Thanks for watching, guys. To be notified of the upcoming videos, hit like and subscribe to this channel.